You are an artist and you are looking for ways to make money from your art. You don't have to be a starving artist. I'm going to share with you 20 ways that you can earn money from your skills and talent and maybe even earn a living from it. I've been selling my own art as jewelry online since 2006. I started coaching other people how to do this in 2014. I have 4 online businesses that I still run to this day that make me over 7 figures every single year in sales cumulatively. So it's definitely possible to make money with your art. And I'm going to share with you all the best ways I've learned myself over the almost 2 decades of experience for how you can do this for yourself in this video. The first way you can make money with your art is with platforms like Twitch or YouTube, where you can live stream yourself drawing, painting, or sculpting. People love watching artists make their magic, and there's always something so compelling about seeing a blank white page turn into a piece of art, right? The way you would monetize this is by accepting donations from your viewers, offer premium features like exclusive tutorials or behind-the-scenes content, or get monetized and make money through ad revenue. This can be a fun and interactive way to connect with people and build a loyal following. Just keep in mind that building a successful channel takes time, consistency, and a bit of showmanship. So if you're comfortable being in front of the camera and you enjoy engaging with viewers, this could be a fantastic way to turn your artistic passion into an amazing online community. Check out Ed from Suarez Art on YouTube. He live streams himself making an original painting every Wednesday. Next, you could sell prints of your art online. People are always shopping for art for their homes or office space or as gifts for family and friends. Now, there are a few ways to tackle this. You can set up an online shop like a personal art gallery using shop builders like Shopify. There are a few things to keep in mind though. First, the quality of the prints is key. Make sure your original artwork is scanned in at a high resolution so it translates well into a reproduction. Also, you'll see a lot more success if you focus your art into a specific niche. It'll be much faster for you to gain traction and build up a following of interested buyers if you can do this. You have the option to print your own prints, but that does require investing in a high quality printer, paper cutter, as well as the materials like ink, paper, and shipping supplies. This can add up in costs quickly and take up a lot of space in your home. However, the advantage to doing it yourself is you'll make more profit and money per order. Alternatively, you can get them printed by a print-on-demand company like Printful. You upload your artwork, choose the paper and framing you want it printed on, and they handle the printing and shipping directly to your customer. It's awesome because it's so hands-off, but it also costs more per order for you to do, so you won't be as profitable. Since we're talking about selling physical products, your style of art may be really good as stationery and paper products like notebooks or cute little stickers. This works well with the print-on-demand services that we mentioned before, or you can explore creating your own online shop. The downside, there is more competition in this area, so make sure your designs stand out by, again, choosing a specific niche to go into and having a focused art style. So if you love making adorable doodles or spot illustrations, this could be a great fit. Check out Marshmallow Studio for the cutest hand-drawn art turned into stationery like washi tape, planners, notebooks, and stickers. They're so cute. So next up, in the same physical products realm as stationery and prints, you can also make money by selling your art on t-shirts. Just like with prints, you can set up your own shop or use a print-on-demand service like Redbubble. Artists like Illustrata thrive on this platform, so check out their work. They're a small Brazilian studio and their art is super cool. T-shirt designs can be simple with like quotes on them, but those are easily replicable by copycats, which no artist likes to deal with. So if you focus on more elaborate designs, those are like wearable pieces of art and people are always shopping for them. Plus, it's harder for other people to copy you. There's a lot of competition out there, so you have to make your designs unique and eye-catching. So if your artistic style pops and translates well to clothing, this could be a fantastic way to make money with your art. All right, you can also license your art. Licensing lets you partner with companies who want to use your art on their products like kitchenware, greeting cards, and so on. You can use platforms like Spoonflower or work with licensing agencies to help you connect with these businesses. The really cool thing about licensing is that it's passive income. You create the art once and companies pay you to use it over and over again, and you get paid royalties. However, it can be competitive to get your art licensed, and even though the process for pitching your portfolio to companies is pretty easy to learn and do, it can be nerve-wracking for a lot of people who have the fear of getting rejected. You also might not have as much control over how your art is used. But if you have an art style that translates well to different products like surface patterns, for example, licensing could be a great way to see your art out in the world in some really big stores like Trader Joe's or Target. A fantastic example of this is Jessica Molina, a lettering artist who has licensed her work for everything from homeware to clothing. You can also sell your art as digital products. This is a cool way to offer creative goodies that people can use instantly in their own projects. So these will be things like custom brushes for digital art programs like Procreate, seamless texture packs artists can use in their own work, illustrations or branding elements that business owners can use in their business. The beauty here is that you create the digital file once and folks can purchase it over and over again. It's all about creating something valuable and useful for other artists or business owners. There's definitely competition in the digital download space, so make sure your offerings are high quality, unique, and solve a specific need. For some inspiration for how big this industry of digital downloads alone can get, check out True Grit Texture Supply. They're a huge company that sells all sorts of cool brushes, tools, and effects for a variety of software. If you're a digital artist and you're comfortable learning how to use digital software for your art, definitely consider selling graphics or illustrations on stock image sites like Shutterstock or Creative Market. These are giant online libraries for creative assets. You can upload your illustrations and sell them for commercial use by designers and businesses on things like their ads, websites, or even packaging. This can be a great passive income stream, but with anything that is low barrier and easy for a lot of people to do, there's going to be a lot of competition. So standing out can be tough with tons of other illustrators on the platform. But if you're good at doing your research to find what people are searching for on these platforms, and you can get creative with making your illustrations different from what's already being offered on there, these stock illustration platforms could be a great way to get your work seen and used in all sorts of places. A great example of this is Jen from J. Oliver Designs, who is an illustrator and who has built a successful career selling her art through digital marketplace sites like these. Next up, you can build a fan base with Patreon. Patreon lets you offer exclusive content to patrons who financially support your art. You can do things like early access to new artwork, behind the scenes to work in progress, or even personalized rewards like custom sketches or tutorials. This is great for getting direct support from fans who love your work, and it fosters a strong community and gives you a reliable income stream of recurring income. However, building a loyal following takes time and effort, especially if you're focused on growing your audience to a certain size where you're making a considerable income. But if you're passionate about connecting with your audience and offering them something special, Patreon could be a fantastic way to monetize a following. A phenomenal example of this is acrylic artist Michelle the Painter. She started her Patreon account in 2020 and she has over 6,000 patrons, paying her between $3 and $12 per month. If you love teaching, you can also teach courses on platforms like Skillshare, Udemy, Coursera. There are so many other sites that allow you to create and sell educational content, or you can build it off of your own platform. Again, it's great semi-passive income where you create the course material once and students can keep enrolling over and over again without you having to do any extra work beyond that one time to develop your course. Just keep in mind that it takes time and effort to develop high-quality courses that people love. Also, I say it's semi-passive income because it's not totally hands-off. You want to post updates for your course and you'll need to provide support to your students as well and answer any questions they have. But if you're like me and you really love teaching, this could be a great way to take what you know, your skills and experience, and turn that into an income stream. Similar to teaching online courses, you could teach live workshops. This is slightly different to selling courses on learning sites like I mentioned before. For live workshops, you could do this online using software like Zoom or even do live streaming to a private group of students. Or you could teach in a real-life setting like at an art supply store. This could be anything from a one-day watercolor workshop to a weekend-long intensive on digital illustration. You could even sell kits where you provide all the supplies your students need to complete the project for the workshop. You can potentially charge more money for live instruction and you'd be able to have a more interactive learning experience, which can be fun if you love connecting and interacting with people who appreciate your work. It obviously requires more upfront work to organize and promote your workshops, but the energy from live teaching and the back and forth with students can be be really rewarding. So this could be a fulfilling and lucrative way to share your knowledge. Maybe even start with doing live workshops first before you digitalize your knowledge into a course. That way you'll be able to iron out all the kinks for your workshop before you record it all into a course that's going to be a little bit more difficult to change later on. To take that one step further, you could also offer one-on-one coaching sessions. You can sell personalized advice, critiques, or guidance to aspiring artists through paid online consultations. This can be a fantastic way to share your knowledge and help other artists grow their artistic skills, all while generating some income. The key here is to clearly define your areas of expertise and niche down to serve a particular group of artists or students. A great example of this is polymer clay and Play-Doh artist and educator Rebecca Potts, who also founded Teaching Artist Podcast, where she mentors other artists on topics like giving feedback on their art or for an upcoming show or project. She helps them with pricing, statement and bio editing, help with preparing proposals, and so on. All right, next up, you could offer your art services and freelance as an editorial illustrator. So you would pitch your art to magazines, websites, or blogs who are needing visuals for their content. Maybe you can illustrate articles about travel, fashion, or even science. This can be a great way to showcase your work to a wider audience and potentially land recurring work with publications that fit your artistic style. And they're always looking for artists for their spread. It can be competitive to land these kinds of freelance gigs, and rates can vary depending on the publication and the project. That's not to say it's impossible. Just have a great portfolio, a great pitch and follow-up strategy, and don't be shy to build relationships with these publications over time. Check out Colin McElwain, who's gotten his art multiple times on publications like New York Times Style Magazine, Financial Times, Washington Post, The Big Issue, and a whole lot more. If you love writing, you can share your knowledge and experience with your art with other people through a blog. For example, you can write about art techniques, review art supplies, or offer tips for aspiring artists. And then you would monetize your blog through ad revenue, sponsorships, and affiliate marketing. So you can work with art supply stores or online art course platforms to earn commissions when people purchase through your affiliate links. To do this well, you need to create consistent, high-quality content that is so valuable that it's easy to attract a big readership or following. Check out artbarblog.com, a blog that's focused on art for kids and the family. There's a ton of content around art projects for the classroom, DIY projects to do at home, sensory play stuff, seasonal art ideas, and so much more. Now, we've talked about stock illustration platforms like Shutterstock and Creative Market, but there are also online marketplaces specifically designed for selling 3D models, textures, fonts, and other creative assets. So platforms like Turbo Squid, Cube Crush, 3D Ocean, and CG Trader are some options to look at. The key here is to create assets that are in demand and solve specific creative needs. So pay attention to current design trends and focus on creating high-quality models, textures, or fonts that stand out from all of the other shops out there. Next, did you know that there are tons of online art competitions and grant opportunities specifically for artists? The prizes can range from cash rewards to gallery representation, all of which can really help your artistic career and potentially lead to future income streams. You definitely want to research competitions and grants that align with your artistic style and career goals. Pay attention to deadlines, submission requirements, and selection criteria to increase your chances of getting noticed. A fantastic example is the National Endowment for the Arts, which offers grants to support artists in various disciplines. The Halstead Grant is also a great and highly respected one for jewelry makers. So if you've got a dedicated community, maybe you're already on Patreon, or maybe you're not. But another idea is to create art challenges that you would then deliver on membership platforms like Patreon. This is similar to selling online courses and teaching, but it's much more engaging. It's more interactive and a lot more fun for everyone. You can create themed art challenges, in-depth tutorials, or live critiques to give value to your subscribers and keep them coming back for more. So for example, check out Character Design Challenge. It's a community of character artists who have a Patreon account for monthly paid challenges. You get special rewards and a chance to get a spotlight on your work and be promoted to their huge audience online. If you're really good at working with clients and you're great at communicating through visuals, then offering your art services to other business owners could be a goldmine for you. There are a lot of graphic needs in running a business. So here are just a few ideas to get you started on some very profitable and in-demand niches. You could do branding work. So that would include visual identity things like logos, packaging, typography, website design, and layouts. You could do social media graphics for platforms like Instagram. Business owners are always needing graphics for social media, and even though there are plenty of pre-made templates and easy solutions like Canva, I've personally found those to be less effective than getting custom-made graphics that are personalized to your business and brand. You could also do graphics for paid ads that are specifically created to grab attention and get people to click on them. Ads are great for you because business owners doing them typically have more money to spend. You could also do book covers or children's book illustrations. Next up, consider designing coloring books. Coloring books have always sold well. You could specialize to making them just for kids or adults only, or pick an even more specific niche like fantasy coloring books. It can include whimsical scenes with hidden objects people can discover as they color in the pages. You could do mandalas, floral patterns, or even an entire book on just cats. The huge advantage you get as an artist is a lot of the things you can do to make money takes the approach of creating something just once and then you get to sell it over and over again without additional work after. I call this leveraged income. Coloring book pages are the same way, right? They're relatively inexpensive to produce, making them accessible to get started with selling. Plus, the adult coloring book market has a large and established audience who are actively seeking new and interesting coloring experiences. A fantastic example to give you an idea for the potential of this income stream is Joanna Basford, an artist who saw incredible success with her adult coloring book, The Secret Garden. Her illustrations are so intricate and beautiful, and so many people have loved her work. You can also sell your artwork in galleries. If that's something that sounds cool to you, you can get started by researching other artists showcasing similar art at your similar career stage. Prepare a strong portfolio with 10 to 15 best pieces and a professional artist statement. Reach out via email to any potential galleries. You of course want to follow any submission guidelines, include a few low-resolution images and a portfolio link, and be persistent with your follow-ups. Understand that gallery commission tends to be around 50% of the sale price, and while that sounds like a lot, remember that it costs a lot of money to maintain a physical location, and you can depend on someone else to sell your work for you. For some artists, that's worth it. Next, you can do commissions. I have seen so many artists who do this well tend to have a very unique and specific style that they don't stray from. And because of this, they've amassed a really large and/or fanatical community on social media. Then you can literally just open up an announcement saying you're taking commissions, and the successful artists that do this always have a long waiting list that keeps them busy for months at a time. One artist that I personally bought from is Helen Violet. She creates beautiful, hyper-realistic hand sculptures of dogs and other pets, and my husband and I got one custom made for our husky when he passed. And the artist did such a beautiful job from under his paws, under his chin, and even in the detailing of his collar was all a perfect match to the photo we gave her.